What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update and daily news report. In this video, I'm going to show you new information about how the Democrats are pushing to make a quick compromise deal to pass stimulus right away. New information on that. Also, I'm going to bring you two more programs that are available right now for up to $5,000 in stimulus or rental assistance. $5,000 going out to families right now. I'm going to give you two of those programs that are available right now. And I'm going to give you another clue to what's in the box. If you can guess what's in that box from my clues, you can get $100 directly from me. We're giving away up to $500 this time around before Thanksgiving. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. We typically have new videos with new information on stimulus going live at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel with the YouTube algorithm, just showing our videos to new people. Okay, first up, the Biden team, aka the Democrats, are pushing for a quick stimulus deal as they're preparing for a renewed recession, aka depression. Advisors to Joe Biden, aka the Democrats, are planning for an increased likelihood that the U.S. economy is headed for a double dip recession next year. They are pushing for Democratic leaders in Congress to reach a quick stimulus deal with Senate Republicans, even if it falls short of the larger package that Democrats have been seeking, according to people familiar with the discussions. Until now, Mr. Biden, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, the Democratic leader, have insisted that Republicans agree to a spending bill of $2 trillion or more, while Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the Senate Majority Leader, wants a much smaller package, somewhere from between $500 billion and $1 trillion. Many of the president-elect's advisors have become convinced that deteriorating economic conditions from the renewed surge in virus infections and the looming threat of millions of Americans losing their jobless benefits, aka unemployment benefits, at the end of December amid a wave of evictions and foreclosures require more urgent action before the year's end. This is really good news because Nancy Pelosi has been accused by many, the Speaker of the House in the U.S. House of Representatives, the leader of the Democrats in the House, has been accused of many up until the election of delaying the stimulus negotiations on purpose because of her words that she didn't want a stimulus check to go out with President Donald Trump's name on it right before the election. Well, now the election is gone, and Democrats have been quoted as saying that they wish they had taken that deal right before the election. Now, Democratic leaders are realizing they're going to have to compromise down lower. And as you just read, they're saying that they know they need to make an agreement quickly to get a stimulus deal done before the end of the year, just to help prop up the economy and struggling Americans now before the end of the year, which, I mean, Christmas, all these millions of people are going to have their unemployment benefits expiring at the end of the year, all those unemployment extensions. There's so much expiring at the end of the year. In addition to that, a lot of these state and local stimulus programs have to pass their stimulus, have to spend it before the end of the year. So the Democrats are trying to prepare Joe Biden and not have a crash of the economy right before the end of the year. And they know that this means passing more stimulus right now as our economy is hanging on by a thread, as we just seen 198,000 US virus cases, positive cases, just 2 days ago. In addition to that, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and GOP leaders, which is GOP stands for the Grand Old Party, which is an old name for the Republican parties, are discussing ways to pass targeted stimulus packages right now with $800 billion that has been found and left over from the previous stimulus packages. $800 billion is just sitting there, and they're trying to figure out how to spend it and where to spend it on. Now, this money up to $800 billion has already been approved by Congress and just needs to be reappropriated or possibly have Congress re-sign off on it or executive orders from the president to reallocate the money. It depends on where they want to spend the money, but there's enough money in the $700 to $800 billion to be able to pass 3 stimulus checks of $1,200 and stimulus checks for dependents. Or they can use this money to pass a stimulus check and unemployment extension and unemployment benefits passed into 2021 and money for small businesses and small business employees through the PPP program. There'd be enough money in that $800 billion for all of that without them having to approve any more new money at all. Let's hear from Congressman Stephen Lynch about the next stimulus package going on right now.
Right now, there are people listening to us who are afraid of becoming homeless because they're unable to pay their rent. There are business owners who are facing economic devastation. Is there any chance we'll see another federal aid package before Inauguration Day? And even if it doesn't happen by then, how long will it take after Inauguration Day?
Well, I can't say what Mitch McConnell is thinking. We sent a bill over 4 months ago now, the HEROES Act that had everything in it that we thought was necessary. Extension of unemployment benefits, a stimulus package, help for the cities, towns, and states and tribal governments. The Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, said he's going to press the pause button. He didn't think that states, cities, individuals needed that. But I think as we've seen, especially with this latest flare-up of coronavirus and the higher numbers that we saw this week in terms of unemployment, benefits, applications, new claims, the country is in a desperate position. We do need to move this forward. So we're waiting for a response. So we've got that bill out there, and we would like the Senate to respond. And if they don't like everything we've offered, give us your proposal so that we can legislate, we can work this through.
One Republican senator the other day referred to the HEROES Act as, quote, policy porn. What does that tell you?
Yeah, well, if he was on unemployment, like I've stood in an unemployment line. I know what that's like when you don't have checks coming in. And look, this is through no fault of anyone's. This is a pandemic, and it's not. The thing that kills me is they were in a big hurry when the banks fouled up the economy and put the country in the toilet. They couldn't move fast enough to give the banks more cash. Now you have people who are blameless, that are out of work, desperate, being removed from their homes, but because it's not Wall Street and it's not the banks, people don't want to come to the rescue. So it just tells you where the Republicans' priorities are, in my opinion.
Guy seems like a pretty realistic, down-to-earth guy, except for maybe the part where he's blaming Republicans. Of course, the Democrats blame the Republicans, and the Republicans blame the Democrats. I try to stay down the middle because really I don't really agree with either side all the time. That's why I don't consider myself a Democrat or a Republican. But I do think they need to come to a deal, and it is very positive news that Joe Biden and the Democratic team are going to be pushing quickly to get a stimulus deal done, and they know that they need to come lower from the previous number they were at. This should make Republicans happy, and hopefully we can get this passed quickly. Now, while we're waiting for them to make a deal, there are stimulus programs that are going out right now that are already approved and already paying tens of thousands, possibly even millions of Americans across the country through state and local stimulus programs. Most of these programs, they're using money from previous stimulus programs. Each state on average got over $1 billion to each state. And they're using this money, at least some states are using this money to give back to their residents in need through the form of stimulus checks and mortgage and rental assistance checks, and sometimes even utility checks and gift cards. We've seen Miami-Dade County in Florida actually give out $250 gift cards for food to their residents. So let me tell you about 2 new programs right now that are going out that are $5,000. First up is Pleasanton, California. Their council has doubled the assistance for renters struggling during this pandemic. And Pleasanton, California has approved here, as you can see here, in addition to agreeing to a second month of rental assistance and doubling the maximum amount to $5,000 per eligible household, the council and committee as an additional $200,000 for lower income housing funds to the emergency rental assistance program. So again, up to $5,000 per eligible household in Pleasanton, California. In addition to that, I'm also seeing that the entire state of Illinois has just announced to help more than 10,000 residents pay rent or mortgages in Illinois, actually up to $5,000 also. As you can see here, state officials will be able to help another $10,000 Illinois residents pay their rent or mortgage bill, Governor J.B. Pritzker announced on Friday. State officials have completed an effort to send $300 million in housing assistance grants to Illinois residents. Pritzker ordered a total ban on evictions starting in March when he issued a stay-at-home order and extended it as state officials are working to get $5,000 grants to Illinois residents. To get more information on this program for Illinois, go to ihda.org. And as you can see here, that they've already approved 40,000 Illinois renters for up to $200 million in aid. And they have a application you could fill out here through these different links. So again, that was one program for California and the entire state of Illinois. Of course, all these programs have some criteria you may need to apply for. So look into that if you're from one of those areas, or if you know anybody from one of these areas, share this video with them or share this video in general, because I will be going over different states, cities, and counties every single day with local stimulus in addition to the stimulus package from Congress. Also, I want to give you guys another clue to what's in that box right there. If you can guess what's in that box, you could receive $100 directly from me. I'm giving out $500 this time around, and we will be doing this again, maybe even a couple more times before Christmas. So if you can guess what's in that box correctly, just by leaving a comment down below what you think's in the box, I'm going to give you a clue here in a second. You'll be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly if you guess correctly, and from there we will randomly pick 5 people to receive $100 before Thanksgiving. There's only one more clue after this clue. So the clue for what's in that box for this video is I come from the ocean. All right, again, the clue for this video is I come from the ocean. So if you think you know what the clue is based on that clue and the previous clues, just leave a comment down below. And if you're correct, you could win $100 directly from me. I will be keeping you updated. There's only one more clue left. So make sure to stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, and you share this video. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.